everybody, this is Amy Thomson Tarot. I want to welcome you here for another pick a card reading. This one's a little bit different. This is something I was going to be doing for myself this morning, and as I was doing it I thought maybe there are some other people who are out there right now who might be going through some of the same things that I'm going through, who might need to hear these as well. So when I do today's reading, I'm looking also for something for myself in it, so one of the piles is going to be resonating with me. Often when I do readings, it's just doing it for the general public, and they don't always resonate with me because I'm channeling for other people. This one, there's going to be something in it. What I've found is I seem to be stalled in what I'm doing, and there's something very deeply buried within me that's causing me to be stalling. Now, I do know that that's going to end up being uncovered during the Affirming Arts workshops that I'm doing shortly. So what's great about that stuff is that it brings everything up, but then it helps you to have the affirmations to reprogram your mind and whatnot. So I have no fear that it's going to come up for me anyways during those workshops that I do. But in the meantime, it's kind of frustrating for me not to be able to see whatever's in my blind spot. So I'm going to be asking 4 questions. It's a 4-card read. Here they are. It's why do I keep sabotaging myself? What is it that I'm missing or need to know now? What blessings are coming my way out of this situation? Because there's always something good that comes from something that's not good. Okay. And then what else do you want me to know? What else does Spirit want me to know? You can just tune into the energies and like pause the video if you need to. Then you can look in the description box, and the links for the video that's for you will be in the description down below. Okay. Okay, if you chose group number 1, this is your reading. I'm going to be drawing the cards right here. So group number 1, what is it? Why does group number 1 keep sabotaging themselves? Okay, so that's the first card. What is it that they're missing or need to know now? What is group number 1 missing, and what does group number 1 need to know now? Okay, Spirit. Oh, sorry. Anyways, that's the one. Okay, and then what blessings are coming your way, group 1, out of this situation? Spirit, what blessings are there for group number 1 because of this situation that they're in? What blessings are coming their way? Okay. I know it's a 4-card read, but it's turned into a bit more than a 4-card read, and sometimes I take it. So, and then what else do you want group number 1 to know? Okay, that's the one. Okay, I'm just going to double check that those all show up on the screen. Yes, they do. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at what you got. For why do I keep sabotaging myself? You've got when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Then the next question is, what is it that I'm missing or need to know now? You've got longevity and the turtle to the right. Okay. For the next question, you have, what blessings are coming my way out of this situation? So you have the Devil card, the back of the Devil card to the right. You have the 5 of Pentacles to the left. You have the Knight of Wands to the left. And then you've also got the 3 of Swords to the left. All right. And then you've got, for the last question, what else do you want me to know? You've got number 34. My financial success does not require hard work. Okay. So right away, you are sabotaging yourself because you're not tuned into your own love light or abundance. You're disconnected from the trust in the universe, knowing that everything shall be provided, and that I'm trying to think of that phrase. Anyways, it doesn't really matter what the phrase is. Basically, it's like everything is around you and it's always here, and you have the ability to have it at any time or in any moment, because when your energies align, the universe will just give it to you. However, there is something's happening right now. What you're missing is that you're thinking too much in the terms of time, like how long is this going to take? I think that you've spent a lot of time working on things before in the past, and you're looking at your life as in like a limited lifespan. And so when you think of your future, you think about Wow. Okay. So you're framing your future in like, how much time do you have left? It's like, if I only have this many years left, I want to make the most out of this many years, or I want to achieve this before this goal because I don't want to be like retired or like in my 90s or whatever and not have these things or not accomplish these things. There's something you're doing thinking about your future in a way of like, you want to live really long, you want to be able to do it all, but there's like this is a general reading, so it's going to be a couple messages for different people. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest, because I'm getting a few messages here. Okay. So some people are like, I've got all the time in the world because I'm going to live really long. And so I don't have to worry. I can take my time. But then other people who are watching this reading, they're like pressuring themselves so much to be able to do these things, but then questioning whether or not they want to invest the time. It's like, they've invested a lot. And so it's like, okay, great. What is it really worth my time? Like, do I want to have this time to like do the things that I really want in my life? Or do I want to put in all of the effort and the, go through all these challenges and things again so that I can really make my prosperity and my abundance happen? All right. In your thoughts. Okay. So this is blessings coming your way, and I'm just going to tune into some things, because in the midst of blessings, there's always like blessings that come from sometimes it looks like it's a negative thing, okay, but there's always blessings that come in with it. So one of the things this is saying is that right now in this current energy you are in, is that it's challenging for you to see blessings in your future, because you're like, you've still got negativity that you're projecting. All right. That's the devil card that's to the right. And then also when you're thinking about your past, and you're thinking about like, you've had struggles, you've had challenges, you've had illnesses. I'm getting for a lot of you, you've had illnesses, and there are things that you worry about. And it's like, okay, if I'm going to invest this time and energy into these dreams that I've got, like, what if I get sick? What if I spend all my time and energy working on this thing and I don't achieve the abundance that I want and don't achieve the outcome and the goals that I want? Or what if I'm just doing everything again that I did in my past? It's like, I don't want to repeat the past things because what I did in the past didn't work out. It's like, I want something new. Okay. And again, I'll get into the blessings after. This is just looking what your thoughts are. Okay. Okay. This is awesome. This is really, really awesome. So your blessings, you got the Knight of Wands, to the left. And so it kind of tells a story. It's like, okay, you're thinking about what could possibly it be in your future, and you've got dreams and goals and hopes. Like, you've got like really cool things, but you want it to be like a little simpler, a little easier, a little flowier. In this picture, there's water, and there's a flower on the water, and it's like, imagine if it could be like floating down the stream, and there's a tree with fruit there in this card, right? But it's like, you want it to be flowy, yet you've got to somehow escape all of that negativity that you've brought kind of forward in your thinking. And so you're kind of torn between like wanting really good things and also thinking about how in the past it's like you had things not work out. That's it. And it doesn't mean that everything didn't work out, because I'm getting that you accomplished a lot of things. In fact, you had a very charming and adventurous kind of spirit to you. You're wondering whether or not that's still just in the past, right? Like, you want to be as charming and adventurous and courageous as you used to be. And moving forward, it's like, how much time do I have? Do I really want to be like putting all this in there? Am I going to still have the same chutzpah that I used to have? That kind of thing. And then the Three of Swords to the left. This is saying to me, anyways, this is what I'm interpreting. It's that betrayal, the sadness that you had is all in the past now. So it's like the blessing that's coming to you is that you're questioning whether or not you're going to be able to like move forward for the long haul for the things that you want. You're questioning, like your self-doubt and your questioning based on your past experiences is what's holding you back. And the blessings that are coming your way is to let you know that Three of Swords energy is in the past. Okay. That turmoil, the stress, the heartbreak, the loss, the sadness, grief, and sorrow, the dreams that didn't come to fruition, the challenges that you had to overcome, the scars of the past events. It's like, this is telling me that it really is in your past, right? So the only thing that's really blocking you right now is the fact that you've got these thoughts. But underneath all of these thoughts that you still have a beautiful stream where everything's beautiful and abundant and flowing. Okay, so your answer for this is to let it flow. You've also got the turtle here pointing to the right, and it's like, you want to flow. Like, you really, really want to flow. And so this is saying, you know, stop hanging your head in doubt and thinking about things that could go wrong. It's like you have everything going for you when you're calm and you just trust the flow. You got to trust the flow. You got to tune into this energy and become abundant. Okay, because that's who you are. You're all like, you just have to tune into the energy, and everything is already there. And you know this. You know this. None of this is a surprise to you. It's just like confirmation for what you've been thinking. In fact, this is 100% confirmation of everything that everything else just said. My financial success does not require hard work. It really is tuning into the energy. One thing that I'm getting for you that would be really good is for you to really do some kind of chakra aligning or balancing. And I'm not saying just the core chakras. If you can find somebody who's experienced with this, or you can even like look some things up yourself, get into the fine detail tuning of your chakras, because you've been able to be in flow before. You've had things really going and really flowing for you. Okay, things have been energetic, vibrant, abundant, blissful, blessed, and you had things with ease and joy. And your energy space has been really like back and forth and stuck and just not moving as well. So exercise, like physical exercise, would be really, really good. Eating foods that are different colors, that are all natural, not processed stuff, but really good natural foods of different colors. That's going to help. And doing things to line up your chakra system. And I'm also getting for people like the healing sounds, like the singing bowls and things like that, and crystals. These things would be very, very good for you. Last thing is look at the air you're breathing in your space, your physical space, and see whether or not it's like you're breathing like stale air. If you've been inside too long, or if you need to do like a really good like house clean or an energetic clean, that would be really, really good. And just tune into the energy and that feeling of yourself. If you spend an entire day just being with your own energy and not judging it, no matter where your thoughts are, no matter where your feelings are, whatever, just being with your own energy, you will start to align with yourself and your abundant being and core, and you will be surprised at how fast things manifest. I'm going to give you an example. I was struggling with putting things together, quizzes, funnels, various things, and I literally just one day was like, you know what, I'm just going to go on and it's just going to work, because I'm kind of tired of it not working. So I'm just going to go on and it's going to work. And sure enough, I found like literally all the templates, everything designed, pre-designed. I just have to switch out some photos. I have to just put in my own information, and it was super easy. And I tied everything in together, and that was only one evening. Whereas before it was like no matter what I was doing, it just wouldn't work. And I was trying to create everything on my own. So when you're in alignment with the energy, it's going to be like lickety split, fast. Everything just manifests for you. And even your financial success, it doesn't require hard work. It's like just slow down, tune into that inner knowing, do some breathing exercises, really like take good care of nourishing yourself. And when you're in that space, meditating, relaxing, your third eye will open right up, and you'll have the answers you need to make your financial success really shine without having to do any hard work at all. Okay, I hope you liked that. That's all I have for you, group number 1. And if you did like it, or if it resonated with you, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what resonated and what you thought of this reading. It really helps when people tell me what they get from the readings. All right. Anyways, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye. Okay, group number 2. If you chose group number 2, this is your reading. I'm going to pull it right here. So the first question is, why do I keep sabotaging myself? All right. So Spirit, Tell me why group number 2 keeps sabotaging themselves. Okay. Why does group number 2 keep sabotaging themselves? Oh, you know what? I had a card that felt right, and then it went away. So, group number 2, why you keep sabotaging yourself. Then, and it's going to turn into more than a 4-card read for you because a few cards came out there. All right, so what is group number 2 missing? Oh my gosh. That one flew right across the room. And it's not just one, it's like 3. So we got that one there too. Hope you guys can see the cards okay. And my squeaky, squeaky, squeaky chair. I need to get a new chair. All right, so that is what are you missing or you need to know now. Next is what blessings are coming your way out of this situation, because there's always blessings. Okay, what blessings are coming to number 3, or number 2, pile number 2. What blessings are coming to group number 2? You are getting a lot of cards. The other piles didn't get cards like this. Okay, and what else does Spirit wants you to know? And Spirit, if you can just give 1 card for this, that would be lovely. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So and this is a different deck than what I use all the time. So some of the cards I'm going to have to just double check. So we got the Tower in inverse. Actually, you know what? We're supposed to flip these over too. Sorry. Okay. So you got the you got Judgment to the right, 5 of Chalices or 5 of Cups in inverse on the back of that, and you got Page of Cups in inverse, and you've got the 7 of Wands in inverse, and you've got the Tower in inverse. Okay. So why do you keep sabotaging yourself? Just give me a second to tune into this. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting, and again, this is a general reading, so when I start this, like, there's different messages that come in, so as I'm starting this reading, I'm getting different messages already, so if it doesn't resonate immediately, still stay tuned for this one, because I'm going to go into all the messages that I'm getting. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you, group number 2, is that you have a fear of judgment. Fear of judgment keeps getting into your way. Whether it's like you're concerned about like what happens life after death, whether you're stuck forever in purgatory, whether you're going to go to heaven or hell. Again, this is different for different people, so just take what resonates. And some of it is that you have a bit of fear of judgment from other people. You feel that you need to forgive people, or you need to be forgiven, or there are things that cannot be forgiven. There's something to do with like judgment, forgiveness, and for feeling naked and vulnerable in front of others, like stepping forward into the world, into life. It's like you have to be bare, raw, and real, and that's something like it's something that you want to do. From what I'm seeing, is that you want to be real, you want to be authentic, you want to have everything cleared. You don't want to be holding on to things when you go through your life and go forward in your life, and you don't want to be judged for who you are, what you do, or what you think. But again, there's this feeling of like uncomfortableness, and that you have like, it's a vulnerability. It's a 100% vulnerability and like an unknowing. Okay. What is also holding you back is, so the 5 of Cups in inverse is like grief and disappointment. And again, it's inverse, so I'm going to talk about what that means in a minute. Then you've got the Page, or the Page, you've got Visionary. Then you've got the 7 of Wands. Oh my God, I read that totally wrong, didn't I? I did. Sorry, I do that sometimes. Yeah, so there's like emotional creativity with this one. And then the Seven of Wands is courage or inner strength. And then the Tower is like a moment where everything kind of collapses, breaks down, like a change of ideals or ideas. It's like a sudden upheaval. Okay. So I have good news for you, is that all of this stuff is kind of like done with. All right. But what's holding you back is that you still have some attachments to certain things. I'm getting that there's, again, I'm going to be channeling this and looking at the imagery for a lot of it as well. So for some people who are watching this, it's like a romantic or a love interest that has died or is not working well for you, or that, you know, you feel that either somebody's turned their back on you or you're turning their back on somebody else, or you're questioning whether or not you can have the faith in your relationship moving forward fully. Okay. There are people who are watching this who are single, people who, you know, are divorced or widowed, or who are in a relationship, or who have been like seeing people or ghosted. Like there's so many different people watching this, but it's like, ooh, and some people, even these are relationships with parents. Okay. But what I'm getting is that there's a relationship that has been very, very disappointing, and you still somehow ask questions, but you still have this belief that something is going to grow from it, something's good from it, and it's like you kind of want to hold on to that belief, but you want to turn your back on it at the same time and walk away because it hurts. It hurts. And you know, to the people who are in relationships and it's their current relationship, it could be that that there are things that you want to ignore or turn a blind eye to because you don't like seeing the truth of some of the situations, and you want things to change, but you also see the possibility and potential in your relationship, so you want it to grow. But it's like you kind of feel stuck sometimes, like you want to like, oh, there's a feeling there's a feeling connected with this. You want to leave, but you're super afraid, and it might not be that you want to leave forever, but it's like you want to know what else is out there, because it's like a constant, maybe not constant, but like a repeated disappointment. And this goes for a lot of other people who are not necessarily in romantic relationships too, but it was like a big grief, big disappointment, and often it was like a repeated disappointment. And some people's who's watching this, they have this kind of disappointment pattern come up in various relationships in their life. So it's not necessarily with like one person. It's like that feeling of needing to turn around and leave the situation, or that it's like unloved, unforgiven, whatever. It's like that comes up time and time again in their life. And if you're resonating with this, then that might be you. And if not, then again, that's for somebody else. Okay. But again, you've got hope, and that's what keeps you there, is there's like some hope. And you recognize that you're very emotional sometimes, and that you get attached to things, and you're creative, and you've got ideas, and you're dreamy, and you can see possibilities. And yet at the same time, it's like you don't know if, I'm looking at this imagery right here. Okay. And this person's standing on the shoreline, and he's holding a cup with a fish that's jumping out of it, and he's looking kind of like sad. Okay. And then there's like waves splashing on him, but his feet are dry still, and the waves are splashing around. But it's like, the expression that's coming to me right now is, are you the water or are you the fish? Are you the fish that's in the air, that's kind of jumping in a tiny little puddle of water, and you can get to the ocean and you can get to the water? Or is it like you're the water yourself and you can fill any kind of mold or container? This reading's getting a little weird. And that's okay. I hope you don't mind. I'm reading whatever's being given to me and channeled, and there's a lot of different people who are going to be watching this, so I'm curious to see who this resonates with. But yeah, so sometimes you realize that you have to flow with the water, And then sometimes you feel like you're stuck and you can't expand yourself. You can't get out of like the life that you've confined for yourself. It's like you've set this life and it's nice. It's a nice, like, other people might look at you and be like, wow, you've got a lot of great things. But you somehow feel like there's so much more. There's so much more. And so that energy is kind of keeping you in a space of like sabotaging some things that could be, because I'm going to just keep going because the because part is coming in the next few cards. All right. Yeah, it's because you don't know if you have the strength to do the things that you dream of. You don't know what it's going to be like. It's like you get prepared, you get ready, you do these things, like you're going to step out and tackle the world and take on that adventure. And then what's happened in the past is you've had upheavals, and you've had several of them. You've actually had like, it's like you can already see it coming beforehand. So you know that you've got this, you're clear. You can see these patterns in your life. And it upsets you that you've got these patterns in your life, and then you get all prepared, but then you're like, what's going to happen? Because every time that I get prepared and I think I'm ready, something causes it to fall apart again. So it's almost like you energetically or thought-wise have sabotaged yourself before you've even gotten going again. Okay? And in this, yeah, it's kind of a grim picture. You've got like a tower that's been struck by lightning with an eyeball right above it. And then there's like somebody jumping, burning from the top, and somebody falling, burning. And then there's a white dove at the bottom. So when this was inverse, here's the thing. It's like I'm seeing you know what you want to do. And you also know the peace that you want to feel. But in the middle of the peace that you want to feel, there's like utter chaos. So how do you get from there to there without feeling all the chaos and the challenges and the disappointment and the pain? And how do you know that everything's not going to come out? Like, how can you trust that? And so this fear and lack of trust and this disappointment in relationships is really what's holding yourself back. And what else is you judge yourself really harshly, way too harshly. I think that's why the first part is that you're looking to the future for forgiveness. You want to be able to stand, shine bright, be yourself. And it's like, how can others forgive you? And how can you stand that bright and tall and stuff while you judge yourself so harshly? The good news with this is that you see that as your future. Like you can see in the future that is possible. So that's really, really good, is that you know that you are going to have this peace, right? A couple things in here is like you can see the peace. Your vision is clear. And you know that heading into, like, you know, you just have to break this cycle. That's what it is. Like, there's just a cycle. So what are you missing that you need to know now? I hope you can see these cards. I didn't even double check. Okay, good. You can. Okay, so what you're missing or you need to know now. You need money. Okay. At least that's what you're thinking. Okay. You feel that if you had more money, things would be a lot easier and you would have a lot more options. So what's happening is like, okay, so here's the thing. You believe that you are kind of at the fate of other people in some way, shape, or form. It's like people tell you can transform your own world, right? But you feel like you can't without the money and resources that you need. You kind of feel like you're lacking a few things that you need to really like be prepared and end this cycle. I'm getting that from the self-sabotage, you get so far and then you realize you still don't have everything you need to move into where you need. And I have to acknowledge you for something, and Spirit is wanting to acknowledge you as well, because at the very center of this one, what is it you're missing or you need to know now? You need to know, and this is not new to you, okay, you've heard this before, that the better your story gets, the better your life gets. It's like you're the one who's creating your life. Some people do not like to hear that, especially when they've gone through a lot of turmoil and challenges, right? And especially when you repeat patterns over and over again. I mean, yeah, it's not a fun place to be, right? But also, Spirit really wants to let you know that the fact that you understand that vibrationally and thought-wise and words-wise you tell a story, they want you to know that you are 100% capable and able to shift your life in any direction you want, and that you're the one who writes your story. And for you to write your story, you have to start looking around at the positive aspects of things and even journaling them. If you can see, this person sees very clearly right through their book. The pen is at the top, and it looks almost like a magic pen. And there's no top of their head, so it's like their mind is wide open. So whatever the pen writes is what goes in the book. So open your mind, allow yourself to see things that are possible, and write those things. Write the things that you want to see and write your life as you want it to be. When people ask you questions, you can answer the way that you want life to be as well. And people may think that you're crazy in the meantime, but don't worry about it, because you know that vibrationally you are going to start aligning with people who get that, people who understand that world, and you won't feel so alienated. A lot of this stuff is that you feel alienated from others because of stuff that happened in your relationships and with people in your life. Okay? There was some heartbreak and disappointment, and it kind of took on your life. And also just recognize that you can transform your own world, and it really comes from telling a better story, including your money. Start talking about money in a better way and all the things you need in a better way, and miracles will start to happen. You got a lot of cards. This is supposed to be a 4-card read. 4 cards. It's, I think this is the most I've ever had for a 4-card read ever. So, the universe wants to communicate a lot of things to you. So this one's for blessings. Okay, so what blessings are coming your way out of this situation? And there's a lot of red here. And there's the purple. Both of these are purple, and then a red, and it ties right into it. So right from your root chakra to your crown chakra. Okay, those are the 2 main chakras, but the fact that it's like the root is at the top and the crown is at the bottom, when normally it would be switched around. It's like, this is kind of saying that your energy is just backwards. Like if you were to flip things around in your thoughts and in your emotions, it would align things a lot easier. And that may sound kind of foreign to some of you who are watching this. So let me read into this and I'll explain. So this one to the left says, true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. And then the next card is, I am patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. So you had 2 cards immediately about the highest good, and this is looking to your past. So in the past, you were having a hard time even deciphering what the highest good was, and therefore you couldn't actually build a solid foundation for your life, for what you're looking for, because it's like what seemed good turned out to not necessarily be good, and you started to second guess some of your some of the people in your life and some of the things in your life. Okay, so this is the highest good for all as well. So you may have had, I'm getting a lot of anger and a lot of passion as well, like passionately angry. Again, this is not for everybody, but yeah, in the past you were not as patient as you could be. You wanted to be, you recognize, okay, so here's the thing. It's like you recognize that people were giving you things and treating you nice and doing wonderful things for you, but at the same time, it's like you had already created something within you that was going to be birthed. And you weren't sure, after all of the challenges that you went through, what to accept and what not. This is like not for everybody. Like these things that I'm channeling right now, I can feel is probably only for about like 30 to 40% of people. So yeah, you know what? There was lack of trust. So, what blessings are coming? Because again, this is blessings. So the blessings that are coming is that you're actually, through this whole process, you're actually discovering A, what is actually good for you, and B, you're learning about manifestation, but not from a place of Like before, it was hard for you to see everything because you had a lot of like shattered dreams. Shattered dreams are the words that are coming to me, okay, before. But you're actually starting to be able to look openly to everything and go, wow, I can now understand how, like, I didn't know how all of this worked before. I mean, people had told me, but it's like now I'm kind of standing outside of it and I'm looking and going, that's kind of neat. So I can now build my foundation. All right. And Spirit is really saying for you to try to build from the base of what you know is in the highest good for everybody. And to be of loving support to the people around you. Okay, so for you to have this forgiveness, you have to forgive. And creating that is going to become something that's a solid base for you. Okay, so a lot of the problems that you've got going on in your life and stuff right now, that's going to be a thing of the past. Okay. And then you've got, I heal the habit of fear and embrace the habit of love. And then you also have, I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. There have been people in your life who have been trying to help you. Lots of people who love you and care for you and give you things and you know, like take care of a lot of your needs for you. But you had a habit of fear in your past. You had a habit of fear. So right now, Spirit is saying that it's time for you to embrace the habit of love and that the angels are here to support you. You know, it's not just you. Your solid foundation is going to be built, and it's got to be built on forgiving yourself first, being nice to yourself first, not getting mad at yourself on those days. Like, you know how you'll have days where things just really are hard, and you know, you try to be good to yourself, or you try to be kind in those days where you just snap at people, or you judge yourself too harshly or something, or you're just not at your best. So this is saying, like, don't beat up on yourself. Don't be mean to yourself or hard on yourself. It's like, just understand that you are growing and evolving just like everything else. And it's a process. So one of the first things that Spirit is wanting to communicate with you is for you to embrace the habit of loving yourself, even loving the dark parts, loving all of the parts. Okay. And just as if you were comforting a small, like super small child. You know, somebody's very scared or they need something, and you're there to love and guide and support them. You know, you don't have to do anything really with them other than reassure them and let them know that it's okay. Give that kind of love for yourself. Be the person who lets you know that everything's okay and takes care of you when you scrape your knees and have anything that happens, okay? Then, and also in the past, you didn't slow down enough. So the Spirit is saying it's okay to let yourself slow down. You know, when you catch yourself getting in some kind of tangent on your thoughts and they're going in a direction that's going to bring you back to this tower moment, just everything's okay. And just flow with it like the water. You're going to be safe. You're going to be dry. Everything's going to be okay. You have choices whether you can swim in the small lake or the small cup, or you can go into the big lake or ocean. You know, you will have choices. You're not stuck. Yeah, and go back to this. It's like the better your story gets, the better your life gets. So really just pay attention to the things that are coming out of your head, because that's what's going into the book. What's coming out of your head. And maybe try to slow down on the things that you're saying. So say you might like start blasting out a bunch of stuff from your mouth before you've really thought about it. Well, words and things create your world. Thoughts, words, they all have vibration. So just kind of pay attention, be observant, close your mouth a little bit more, let your thoughts go, and just watch them. Watch your thoughts, and then write down, like physically write down the things that you want to see and the things that you like and do appreciate. Over time, it's going to change. And that's what we've got here. What else Spirit wants you to know is change. Change is coming, okay? It's Spirit is trying to tell you that it's not an overnight process, okay? That you're doing a very good job. There's acknowledgement coming through, so you are doing a very good job, and Spirit is acknowledging that you're working on yourself and you're looking to overcome a lot of the things that you're dealing with. And not only that, you are somebody who likes to help others. Okay, so You need to be patient and kind with yourself and just be a space of openness and understanding. But if you, like, you need to have that for yourself, and then that naturally radiates out to others. And so your change is going to be coming for you, and it's going to be beautiful. You're going to transform, but it's also going to be gentle. It's not going to be like you've been hard on yourself. If anybody's been hard on anybody, you've been hard on yourself. And so this is saying that it's a gentle change process, and just to embrace yourself and really be of loving support for yourself and others. Okay, that is all I have for you, group number 2. Thank you. If that resonated with you, please leave a comment below. Let me know if you liked it. You can consider subscribing to the channel and give it a big thumbs up. Thanks so much. Bye. All right, if you chose group number 3, this is your 4-card read. Now, some of the piles sometimes get a little bit more. The last card pile I had more cards than I ever saw in a 4-card read ever. But anyways, this is for group number 3. Why do you keep sabotaging yourself? So, Spirit, why does group number 3 keep sabotaging themselves? Okay, so that is the one. And then, what is it that group number 3 is missing or that they need to know now? Okay, what is group number 3 missing and what do they need to know now? Okay, that's the one. What blessings are coming this way for them out of their situation? Okay, group number 3, what blessings are coming out of your situation? And is there anything else that you would like group number 3 to know? Okay. This is awesome. This is actually a 4-card read. That's what the other ones were supposed to be too. Okay, so you have, for why do you keep sabotaging yourself? You have, my financial success does not require hard work. Okay, so you keep sabotaging yourself because you've proven to yourself before and you know intuitively and logically that financial success does not have to require hard work. Yet, you go between the working hard and then thinking that you shouldn't have to work hard and working hard and shouldn't have to work hard. It's kind of like part of you still believes that you have to work hard. And so you have contradictory thoughts within yourself. And so your momentum isn't steady. It's like, you're like, okay, great, I'm going to do it all with effort. And then, okay, great, now I'm tired. I'm going to let it all just come to me. But then it's like, you recognize the things that aren't being done because you're used to efforting. So then you're kind of like hard on yourself about that and go, well, it should come to me. And maybe I need to work harder. So therefore, because you think that you need to work harder, that kind of slows down the energetic process as well. It's kind of like a judging how you work and you flow. All right. So if you believe that you must work hard in order to deserve the money that comes to you, the money cannot come to you unless you do work hard. And here's another thing. It's like money for you likely comes in like, you get some and then it's like dry for a while, and then you get some and then it's dry for a while, and it's like it looks like things are going to go really well, and then it doesn't come as easy, and it's from this cycle that you've got going on. Okay, so financial success or any other kind of success does not require hard work. It does require alignment of thought. You simply cannot offer negative thought about about things that you desire and then make up for it with action or hard work. When you learn to direct your own thoughts, you will discover the true leverage of energy alignment. Okay, so yes, you need to really direct your thoughts. You need to really think about what it is. If you look at this picture, it's almost like there's like a little bubble around the person's head, and it's almost like there's a camera lens behind that, for example. So it's like if somebody were getting very close to you and they could see inside your mind with the lens of a camera, and they could see this little bubble, okay? What is it that they're going to see as your thoughts projecting outward? Just a question for you to have a look at what actually goes on in your mind. Yes, your thoughts are going to branch outward and do all kinds of other things, but it's like if you're if you were to enclose everything so you could have like this neat little package of how you think, would you be thinking in terms of having to work hard or aligning with the energy? And if you do think of aligning with the energy, then you have to switch the thoughts from having to work hard. And I'm not saying to not work hard. It's like if your belief is that you have to work hard to obtain money, then you have to work hard to obtain money, right? And yes, you can learn how to align with the energy and the thoughts, but again, that may come across as work to you. And if you don't think that you have to work hard to obtain money, then I don't know why these feelings of hard work would have to keep entering in. Maybe you feel guilty for not working as hard as others, or you feel like you should, you should have a little sweat equity too. Maybe you think that other people might judge you. This is a different reading for different people. So either way, there's something going on with your thoughts being contradictory around working and obtaining financial success. Okay, so the recommendation would be to get clarity on where your thoughts are with that, and then to work to align your process with that. You know what's so funny is tomorrow I'm doing a workshop. It's an affirming arts workshop, and we're looking specifically at finances. So it's funny this comes up because in the workshop we look at what our true subconscious thoughts are, and we dig really, really deep. And so it would be interesting to see what people would come up for their affirmations that would be absorbed and accepted by their subconscious mind in that process. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, send me a message. Even though the workshop's tomorrow, I may have another one, or I'm just going to record this one and send it out to people or something. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it's going to be fun. All right, so the next question is, what is it that I'm missing or need to know now? So when I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. Okay, so right away, it's Spirit is saying that you need to know that you already know how to do this. You've done it in the past. It's like you've been able to align yourself with things, huge things that are just so easy for you. And, when you're in that space, it's just like everything comes to you. And it just feels right and feels easy, and you don't have to think about it or worry about it. It's like you can go around and do your thing. And even if, it's kind of like the winds just pick you up and take you where you need to go. All right. So what you're missing or needing to know right now is that you still have that ability. And one of the challenges that comes in for you is that since you've known that before, you kind of keep trying to create that, but this doesn't come from creating it again. It just comes from feeling it. Okay? So your task is to feel that sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease. Feelings first. Now that reminds me of the E.E. Cummings poem that I love so much. Since feelings are first. Since feeling is first. That's right. Okay, anyways. The third question is, what blessings are coming your way out of this situation? You have the Four of Wands, completion or celebration in reverse. Yeah, you know what? This is, okay, I'm going to just channel what comes. And I don't know whether this was like this or this was like this. I think it was like that. Okay, anyways. So, yeah, there's something that feels incomplete for you. So you've got some work to do with regarding lining yourself up and tuning into the energy that you want for your financial success, and for things to come like all over your life, things to come super easy. Yeah, so blessings are that you have multiple things to celebrate along the way, and that you need to be like really, really like having a good time and honoring yourself and honoring the earth and honoring your partner or your loved ones. Seeing the beauty and magnificence in all around you, that in itself is going to help you to tune into this energy. And you need to have some clarity for what's around you. Okay? It's very, very beautiful things are coming. And lastly, what else does Spirit wants you to know? Abundance. You have a lot of abundance to look forward to in your future. You know, you are incredibly blessed. You've tuned in to that energy that you were looking for. Okay. You've got the 9 here at the top of this. So yeah, you started to actually use, and I'm saying started, like future, is like, you know what? You've got this. You've got this. You are actually getting a handle on how your financial success doesn't require hard work, and that it really is tuning into the joy and the love in your life, right? You can let the bullheaded, pig-headedness down. You don't have to try to like plow through everything. You can let that go, and you can just like really appreciate. If you see this picture of this little piggy, he looks like he's just so happy and appreciative, like just, you know, happy to be there. So that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? That's a lovely, lovely reading. So the only thing you got to get a handle on, my dear, is just having your thoughts all aligned and not having the contradictory ones. So that is all I have for you, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please give it a nice thumbs up, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Okay, thanks. Take care. Bye.